The Ignorant Book Collector, 24. You are completely unaware, it seems to me, that good expectations are not to be sought from the booksellers, but derived from oneself and one's daily life. Do you expect to find public advocates and character witnesses in the scribes Atticus and Calenus? No. You will find them heartless fellows, bent upon ruining you, if the gods so will it, and reducing you to the uttermost depths of poverty. Even now you ought to come to your senses. Sell these books to some learned man, and your new house along with them, and then pay the slave dealers at least a part of this large sum you owe them. To the olon agnoin me dokis oti tas agathas opidas u paraton vivli o capilon thesitin. Alaparaf 2. Ke tu kathimeran viu lamvanin. Sive ii sinigoron kinon ke martiron asesthesi ton atikon ke kalinon tus bibliographus uk al omus tinas anthropus epitripsondas se in Ethelusi, ke pros ekaston penias sinalasondas, theon eti nin sophronisanda, apodos the mentini ton pe the menon ta Vivlia tafta, ke sin of tis, tin neoctistone, of Taftinikian, apoduna des tis andra polocapilis, meros gun apopolon ton ophilomenon. "25. For mark this, you have had a tremendous passion for two things, the acquisition of expensive books and the purchase of well-grown, vigorous slaves. And you are showing great zeal and persistence in the thing. But being poor, you cannot adequately manage both. See now what a precious thing advice is. I urge you to drop what does not concern you. Cultivate your other weakness and buy those menials of yours so that your household may not be depleted and you may not, for that reason, have to send out for free men who, if they do not get all they want, can safely go away and tell what you do after your wine. For instance, not the other day, a vile fellow told me a most disgraceful story about you when he came away and even showed marks. I can prove by those who were there at the time that I was indignant and came near giving him a thrashing in my anger on your behalf, especially when he called upon one after another to corroborate his evidence, and they all told the same story. In view of this, my friend, husband and slave, husband and save your money so that you may be able to misconduct yourself at home in great security. For who could persuade you now to change your ways? When a dog has once learned to gnaw leather, he cannot stop. Kegar kakina, peridiotafta the nos espudakas vivlion te ton polytelon kdisin ke mirakion ton exoron ke the carteron onin ke to pragmasi pani spudazate ke theorevita adinaton the Peniton onde pros ampho thirkin. Scopi tinin os euron crema symboli. Oxiogar se of emenon. Ton me then pros e condon tin ateran noson therapevin. Que tus iperetas. Kinus onista. Opos mi epilipondon se ton ecothen metastelio tinas ton eleftheron is akindinon apelthusin in mi lavosin apanda ex agorevsa ta prakthenda imin metaton poton iake proin eschista perisu diegito ex elthon opornos etike digmata epidiknis allego ke martyras an paraskimin tustata parondas os iganactisa ke oligo pligas enetripsa avto kalapenon ipersu ke malis thoti ke alon epikalesito martyra tonomion ke alon tafta ke logis the igumenus prosti tafta o agatha tamimevu targirion ke filata os iki ke katapolin asphalion tafta pien kipaskin echis. Ostamen gar miketi ergazasa tis an meta pcs udagarkion apax pavsetan skitotragin mathusa. The other way is easier, not to buy books any longer. You are well enough educated, you have learning to spare, you have all the works of antiquity almost at the tip of your tongue, you know not only all history, but all the arts of literary composition, its merits, its defects, and how to use an Attic vocabulary. Your many books have made you wondrous wise, consummate in learning. There is no reason why I should not have a fun time with you, since you like to be gold. To the eteron radion, to miketi onista Biblia, ikonos pepedavsa alisi ti Sophias, monon uk epakru tu hilus echis ta polia panda. Pasan men historian istha, pasas the logon technos ke kali avton ke kakias ke onomaton krisin ton atikon. Pansophon ti crima ke akron in pedia gegenisa dia to plethos ton vivlion ko lii gar uden kame si en the atrivine epi the keris exapatomenos. As you have so many books, I should like to ask you what you like to read best. Plato, Antisthenes, Archilochus, Hipponax, or do you scorn them and incline to occupy yourself with the orators? Tell me, do you read the speech of Aeschylus against Timarchus? No doubt you know it all and understand everything in it, but have you dipped into Aristophanes and Euphues? Have you read the Bapte, the whole play? Then did it have no effect on you, and did you not blush when you saw the point of it? Indeed, a man may well wonder above all what the state of your soul is when you lay hold on your books and of your hands when you open them. When do you do your reading? In the daytime? Nobody ever saw you doing it. At nighttime, then? When you have already given instructions to your henchmen and before you have talked with them? Come in the name of Cotes. Never again dare to do such a thing. Leave your books alone and attend to your own affairs exclusively. Idaos daan ke erimins ta tosafta Vivlia ekon ti malista anagignos gonafton ta Platonos ta andisthenus ta archiloku ta iponaktos ituton men iber phronis ritores the malistasi the achiros. Ipami ke eskinu ton kata timarku logon anagignoskis ia kinaga panda ista ke gignoskis of ton ekaston ton the Aristophanin ke ton evpolin ipothevikas anegnos ke tus vaptas to drama olon. It uthen sutaki kathikato uth erythesis gnorisis of ta tuto gun ke malisthathamasian antis tina potep sichin echon opti ton vivlion opias afta kersin analitis pota the anagignoskis Mathimeron, ala uthis erorica tuto piundo, ala nictor proteron epitetagmenus, e the achinis e proton logon, ala pros cotios miketi mi tomisis tiuto mi then office the tavivlia ke mona ergazu tasef tu. Yet you ought not to do that either. You ought to be put to shame by Phaedra and Euripides, who is indignant at women and says, they shudder not at their accomplice night, nor chamber walls, for fear they find a voice. But if you have made up your mind to cleave to the same infirmity at all costs, go ahead, buy books, keep them at home, under lock and key, and enjoy the fame of your treasures. That is enough for you. But never lay hands on them or read them or sully with your tongue the prose and poetry of the ancients that has done you no harm. Kati akrin mikati mi the akina edesthina. The tin tu evripidu phaedron ke iperton ginekon aganak tusan kelegusan. The scoton frisusi ton sin ergatin. Teterna tikon mipota thogin afi. Either pondos amanin ti omi noso the agnoste isti or ethi Ωνούμενον Βιβλία και iki κατακλείσας eche και καρπού την δόξαν των κτημάτων ικανόν σι και τούτο. Προσάψει δε μη δάποτε μη δε αναγνώς μη δε υπ αγάγης τι γλώτη Palaion andron logus ke piimata miden thinon se irgasmena. I know that in all this I am wasting words, and as the proverb has said, trying to scrub an Ethiopian white. you will buy them and make no use of them, and get yourself laughed at by men of learning, who are satisfied with the gain that they derive, not from the beauty of books or their expensiveness, but from the language and thought of the author. You expect to palliate and conceal your ignorance by getting a reputation for this, and to daze people by the number of your books, unaware that you are doing the same as the most ignorant physicians who get themselves ivory pill boxes and silver cupping glasses and gold inlaid scalpels. When the time comes to use them, however, they do not know how to handle them, but someone who has studied his profession comes upon the scene with a knife that is thoroughly sharp, though covered with rust, and frees the patient from his pain. But let me compare your case with something still more comical. Consider the barbers, and you will observe that the master craftsmen among them have only a razor and a pair of shears and a suitable mirror, while the unskilled amateurs fellows put on view a multitude of shears and huge mirrors. But for all that, they cannot keep their ignorance from being found out. In fact, what happens to them is as comical as can be. People have their hair cut next door and then go to their mirrors to brush it. So it is with you. You might, to be sure, lend your books to someone else who wants them, but you cannot use them yourself. But you never lent a book to anyone. You act like the dog in the manger, who neither eats the grain herself nor lets the horse eat it who can. Either osmatin taftami lalirite kekatatin parimian Aethiopa smihin epihiro Sigar onisi ke krisi is uden ke katangelastisi pros ton pepedevmenon is apokri ophelista. Uk ek tu kalus ton vivliun udek tis politelias of ton along ek tis phonis ketis gnomis ton gegraphoton. See the therapevsin tin apidopsion ke epicalypsin tidoxi topti ke ek plixin to plethi ton vivlion uk ethos oti ke amethestati ton yatron to si piusi elephantidus narthicus ke sikias argiras piumini ke smilas chrysocolitus opoton the ke crisis the tutis thei emen utha opos cri metachirisista afta isasin paralthon the tis is tomason ton memarthi koton flavotomon ev mala Econimenon echon eutala meston of eluxa tis odhinis ton nosunda. Inadeke geliotero tini tasa icaso tus cureas tutus episcapsa ke opsi tus men technitas avton xiron ke machiridas ke catotron sim metron ekondas tus the amathes ke idiotas plethos machiridon protithendas ke catotra megala umin lisin gadia taftu then idotas alatogeli ekino paskusin, oti kironde men ipoli poratis gitosin afton. Prostata ekinon katotra prosilthon tas komas. Evthetizusin kesi tinin alo men theethendi Crisiasan tavivlia. Crisis the avtos uk on dineo. Keti uthe ekrisas tini vivlion popota. Allah totis kinos piis tis antifatni katakimenis. I ute avta ton krithon esthii ute tonipo dinamano fagin epitrepi. I give myself the liberty of saying this much to you for the present, just about your books. About your other detestable and ignominious conduct, you shall often be told in the future. Taftatoganin ina hypermonon ton vivlion parisiasme prosa peridaton alon osa kataptisa ke eponidista piis athis akusi polakis.